I can see somebody's watching, but I can't tell who's in here. So if you are in here, somebody say hi. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm hoping some folks will join me tonight. Can you guys hear me? Well, there's one person. I got 2 likes. Hey! How are you doing, sweetie? Thank you for joining me. I am doing good. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm totally new at this live streaming things, trying to figure it out. This is my first official live stream. How are you doing today? I loved your garlic video. That was so cool. My husband had never seen elephant garlic, so I had him go watch your video. Hey, Jeboff, how are you doing, sweetie? Thank you guys so much for coming. Y'all are awesome. Y'all want to see my coffee cup? Are you? Oh my gosh, really? So I don't know if y'all can see it. My cup says boss lady. I used to be a correctional officer back in the day. That was like my first career. And if you know anything about corrections, that's what they call a female correctional officer is a boss lady. So my daughter bought me this coffee cup. It's just special because my daughter bought it for me. Good grief, where are you at, Jump? Can I call you Jump? Is there something else you want me to call you? Please tell me. Where are you at that it's storming like that? Jump off a cliff. I love it. Oh, in California. Really? Wow. Oh, phone's going off. Sorry. It was absolutely gorgeous here today in Southeast Texas. I don't know. Okay. I'm not even sure where that's at. Um, I, I've been to California a couple of times, out in the LA area, Fontana to be exact. Before I had my daughter, I briefly drove a truck. I thought I wanted to be a truck driver. Then I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, and that kind of put it into my truck driving career. I went to truck driving school. Then I found out that I was pregnant, and but I kind of got it. Okay, so I know the general area you're at. Then I had a hard time breathing in California. Um, I think just the time of year I was there, the Santa Ana winds, and this smog and stuff. I come down from the mountains into Fontana and could not breathe. Um, I'd always had struggled with bronchitis and yeah, just enough asthma that it really messed with me. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it. Beautiful country though. So do y'all like coffee? I'm kind of a coffee nut. I kind of turned my food addiction into a coffee addiction. Who else is doing a live right now? I've been trying to find a time that ex Army. Well, thank you for your service. I wanted to go into the military and blew my knee out in high school, so I didn't get to go. That's why I went to the prison. I could still get that structure, military structure, without going on. Y'all see all my yarn and stuff over here. I like to crochet, make dishcloths. I'm trying to get stuff done for Christmas gifts. Gotcha. I was just trying to find a time that I wasn't going to try to step on too many channels to do a live, and it's just hard to do. Um, which I try to get into all of Two Family Homesteads lives. You know, I'm trying to learn everything Sherry and Daryl teach. So it's just hard to find a time. And I know single family our single dad does one on Wednesday night late, so I thought maybe I could sneak one in early Wednesday. I don't know when a good time is to do one though. Any suggestions? Because I'm open for them. I'm just trying to get some watch hours. Right. I've also thought maybe doing an early Saturday. Do a morning one sometime. I work for a church on Thursdays and Fridays. Well, technically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Um, right. it's hard. It's hard to get a time in. Right. And for channels my size, I don't know that it's going to matter. I just know there's no way that I can compete with, obviously, Two Family, the Stivers, Refuge. You're not going to, those bigger channels, I don't have a snowball chance. And you know what I mean? There's no way anybody's going to bat an eyelash at me. Not that I'm going to have much of a chance right now, but I'm just trying to get some time in. Right. And that's the main thing, is just try to get the watch hours in. Yeah, exactly. Everybody has been so cool with me. Um, I lucked out, and I was trying to give somebody some encouragement on in the Roots and Refuge group, and inadvertently got a push, and that's why I got 200 subs like in a weekend. And that and I didn't say anything about my channel. They went to my personal Facebook page and saw what my channel name was, and it just, I wasn't fishing. I wasn't trying to self promote at all. Um, and then Jess happened to see the post and encouraged me. And when she did that, it went like crazy overnight. 200 subs like that. And I was really embarrassed because I was afraid she would think that I was trying to self promote. And she was really cool about it. And I was like, Jess ain't going to know who the heck I am or care less, and she was really sweet about it. And it blew me up overnight. And then the Stivers have been really cool with me. And then obviously Sherry and Daryl have just been amazing. And you've been really cool with me. And Ben and Adrian, have just been, everybody. This homesteading community has just been absolutely amazing. Here I am sitting in an apartment. you know I'm not a homesteader yet. I've got a 15-acre farm in North Texas that I'll eventually take over, but that's several years away. um yes. Yeah, I'm working with Sherry and Daryl. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sweetie, for stopping in. I appreciate you so much. You've been amazing. Yeah, you're asking about Two Family Homestead. Yeah, when I say Sherry and Daryl, that's who I'm talking about. It's Two Family Homestead. Yes, I love Reap What You Sow. You're awesome. I was talking about her giant elephant garlic video. My husband had never seen elephant garlic, and I had sent my husband to watch it. My sweet little husband is a city boy. He's from the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. I grew up in a town of 500 people, and Hello, how are you? TS Dogs, where are you from? Um, my husband grew up in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex, and I grew up in a little bitty town in um hi Allie, how are you, honey? Northern California, awesome. Welcome. And so a lot of these things he's never seen. And when I was talking about elephant garlic, it's like, what is that? And I'm like, elephant garlic. It's like huge. So I sent him to Reap What You Sow's video to go see that elephant garlic. He was impressed. So when I got what started out about a year ago of me joking about goats and chickens has kind of morphed into um this passion of now for real, and probably the next couple of years of us moving back to North Texas and taking over my grandfather's farm. Of I want to breed chickens and probably get some goats and guineas, and it's been kind of a whirlwind. If you'd asked me a year ago if I was going to do that, I would have probably said you're crazy. But it's kind of funny how things like that happen. What part of Northern California are you in? That's a gorgeous country through there. I've been there a couple of times. Awesome. I was telling them earlier, I had decided before I found out I was pregnant with my daughter that I was going to go drive a truck. And my first uh, drive out with my lead driver, I went over Dahmer's Pass. Yeah, that's scary as all get out. But hey, right outside of Boston. That's awesome. Is it? Are y'all getting any snow or anything crazy like that? East Coast is really pretty too. Very tiny roads. To my experience of the entire country is what kind of roads they have when I was truck driving. Absolutely. I've got a friend that lives in that area. We obviously, being in Texas, of course, I'm from North Texas. So I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and she's, from up there. So she's a obvious Patriots fan, and we give each other absolute crap through football season. I have to give her a hard time about Brady constantly. I grew up just south of Wichita Falls in a little bitty tiny town called Newcastle. It's a 500 people town that the population never changes. And people die, babies are born, and it stays 500 people. I had 16 kids in my graduating class. The school was on one end was the elementary school, and on the other end was the junior high and high school. Um, if you've ever heard of Wichita Falls and Abilene, it's kind of tucked in the middle, about equal distance, about 60 miles south of Wichita Falls and about 80 miles east of Abilene, about 80 miles west of Fort Worth, kind of in that geographic. But right now, I live about 40 miles north of Houston in a town called Conroe. No, it's not a town. It's growing so quickly, and I absolutely hate it. When we moved here, it was, hey, Crystal, how you doing, sweetie? There's some Texas representing. When we moved to Conroe, there was about 60,000. It's predicted Conroe will be over 100,000 by 2020, by next year. So it's so big right now. It's just totally insane. That brings up how you just wrote y'all, Crystal. I asked this the other day. I've always wrote y'all with the apostrophe after the A. We were talking about that the other day in the Stivers group. If that was a Southern thing or a Texas thing. Did you see that conversation? Somebody else was from Texas, said they wrote it after the Y too. So I said it must be a Texas thing. But the autocorrect corrected me and said it was supposed to go after the Y. I'm so glad you guys come in here tonight. I was scared to death I was going to do this and nobody was going to show. Y'all honor me for being here. Thank you so much. I am going to try. I know. Progress, right? I know. Spell checks drive me insane. I'm going to keep fighting the system and put my comma after the A, I think, just to be a rebel. I appreciate you showing your support, guys. I can't say this enough. How much y'all supporting my channel and my efforts means to me. And I can't say too much, or I'll get all emo and be bawling because I'm a crier. But all this, getting me to the point of getting monetized and everything gets me to my farm sooner. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to get me back to North Texas and get me on that farm. I got two parents that are up there living on that farm, and my goal, well, here, I'll tell you a little bit of why I want to do all that. I want to be able to, I've got a son up there that I want to be able to go in business with. And he's a good kid. He works hard. He's a cook in a nursing home right now. I want to, and I've got a daughter that it's high functioning Asperger's, but I want to go in business with my kids. I got two parents up there that they're eventually going to need somebody to look after them. They're in good shape right now, but I will do everything in my power to that they'll live on that farm till the day they die. I'm just not one to put my folks in a home unless there was just no other alternative. I want to be able to care for my family. And that's just the way I was raised, and that's the way um what I want to, what I want to do. So this is just, oh, welcome back, sweetie. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. I want to tell my story. Um, and I want to be able to have a way to be able to take care of my family, and carry on. My little granddad was a black-eyed pea farmer on what used to be about a 40-acre farm. It's 15 acres now. The other kids, there were 5 of the farmer kids, that was his actual last name, was Farmer, was split up between the other kids. They all sold off their part of the farm. What's left is 15 acres that belongs to my mom, and that will be left to me. And my brother, if he wanted any part of it, he has already basically signed off his part of the inheritance and said he doesn't want any part of it. He's a CPA. He has millions. He already has he doesn't want anything to do with it. He also doesn't want the responsibility of taking care of my parents. So he's kind of written that part off too. So that's the main thing, is that I want to be able to take care of my folks, take care of my kids, and I want to be able to live off the land. I have, like most homesteaders, I feel like there's a real problem with our food system, pharmaceutical, all that stuff. And I want to ethically raise my food. And so that, those are some of my goals. And I want to be able to share that story, obviously, with you guys. And I've, as a lot of you've seen in the video that I posted about my weight loss, I've lost 161 pounds. And I want to share that. And I'm hoping to go back up in a few months. We're not going to do the Christmas per se. We are going to go up there to see my folks. I'm going to take a drone up there and kind of do some drone footage of the farm and do some videos that way, so I can show everybody the farm and say, this is the reason why that I'm doing this. And hopefully get my parents on video if I can talk them into it. But I don't know. Call it a God thing. I'll give him credit. But just in the last year, it's been just a call back to the land to kind of carry on what my granddad started. And there's some real fertile soil that hasn't been worked in almost 20 years that has just been sitting there, healing and ready to get worked. And it is sandy, beautiful soil. Well, okay, here's part of it. Right now, my parents are taking care of my grandmother. So right now, I don't even have a house up there to live on. And I don't want to say this where it sounds wrong. Right now, they're taking care of her. There's not even a house for me to live in. So while she's alive, I don't have a place to live in. But she's 90 years old and in failing health. So right now, I don't have a farm to go home to. So right now, I've got to learn how to raise chickens. I have to learn how to do what I'm doing. So, Jess is very, from Roots and Refuge, is very good about saying turning your waiting room into a classroom. That's what I'm doing. I am turning my waiting room into a classroom. My dad is a master gardener, so I'm learning a lot from him. But I'm also reading a lot of Joe Salison stuff. I'm also growing. My goal is to grow this channel. Okay, I need to grow my channel. I want to get monetized. I want to get out of debt. I don't have a lot of debt, but I want to be 100% debt free before I touch that farm, because I don't want any old bills, old debt to um, ever to touch that farm in any way. So, and I want to get money in the bank. You know what I mean? I want to get a sizable savings put up. So when we do get up there, um, I have a nest egg, so to speak. So those are my goals. I'm right now. I'm vision casting and getting um, some some money put in the bank. Those are kind of my goals right now. I've just taken on another part-time job, um, or not. I've taken on another kind of a contract job with my church, just to earn some extra money. So just to put money back, and it is in North Texas, just south, about 60 miles south of Wichita Falls, 80 miles east of Abilene. Do you know? Have you ever heard of Young County? In Graham, Texas, in that area, Crystal? I forget, you're from Texas, so you may be a little bit more familiar with the area. If you look, you could there. I will have a house waiting for me up there. There's two houses on the property. One that my parents will live in, and one that I will own. Okay. Um. The Newcastle is where the farm is. Crystal is. It's just outside of Graham, Texas. It's a very rural farming community. It's where I grew up. I literally grew up on this farm, and it's got a lot of potential. And it hasn't been literally has not been farmed in 20 years. Um, it's very fertile, sandy soil. My grandfather, he farmed black eyed peas on it, but it also has a lot of fruit trees. It has pecan trees. Um, and I really want to get into the chicken market, but I also want to do guineas. I want to do goats. Um, but getting a good garden established is going to be my first goal. Zach Stivers said the other night in his live, I don't know if any of y'all were in there. We were talking about it. He said something about chickens being the gateway drug. My daughter said I needed to get that on a t-shirt. I asked Zach if I could use that as a t-shirt. But then Jess at Roots and Refuge had a t-shirt for a while. I think she retired it. I need to see if I could use it that said, because I want the tattoo. I keep saying I'm going to get it on my wrist that says do something hard, because that's become kind of a life motto for me. Okay. Have you heard of Wichita Falls, Crystal? That's the next kind of biggest town. Do you know where Wichita Falls and Abilene is? Yeah, watermelons and black-eyed peas grow really good in that sand. In fact, there was a man just up the road when I was growing up that grew yellow watermelons. And then Granddad, he grew black-eyed peas. That was his crop. He had a 1947 John Deere tractor that I wish I still had. My grandmother gave away. Oh, she has dementia, and some idiot waited till my mom and dad went to church and drove up, knocked on the door, and said, "Emmylou, would you mind if I haul that old tractor of uh, Julian's off for you?" "Oh, sure, why not?" It was an antique John Deere tractor worth thousands of dollars. Hooked it up, pulled it out, knowing what he was doing, and took my granddad's tractor. And there wasn't nothing we could do about it. Oh my gosh. By the time my dad got home from church, he went over there, and the guy basically met him at the gate with a shotgun and told him if he didn't get off his property, he was going to call the sheriff's department. That my grandmother had given it to him. There wasn't nothing he could do about it. He knew he had robbed us blind. I think that tractor was worth, I don't remember what Daddy said. It was worth thousands. Hey, Samson. Yes, you can, sweetie. How you doing, Nathan? Thank you so much for coming. You're awesome, man. I about drank all my coffee. See my coffee cup? My daughter got me that. Fat and sassy as always, huh? Me too. So I was telling them I used to be a correctional officer, and that's what they call female correctional officers is boss lady. It was not cold here. It was almost 80 degrees here. And they wonder why everybody gets sick around here. Crystal, aren't you in Southeast Texas too? All right, ask me questions, Nathan, because don't let me go crickets. Because you don't want me to start singing. Oh my God. I'm thinking my chat must be a little delayed from my. Oh, dude. Just kidding. Tell you about the tractor. Oh, okay, y'all know the tractor that's in a lot of my opening videos. That's the tractor that got basically robbed from my family. If you ever, you know that show, the Pickers, whatever that's on the, is it the Discovery Channel or National Geographic, the American Pickers? They came through and did a show in Newcastle. Oh, I don't know. It's been 4 or 5 years ago now. Um, but that show just ran here a while back in Newcastle. Well, it was that old codger, that was him. And they, because one of my friends said, "Hey, they just showed the old dude in Newcastle," and I said, "Yeah, it was that SOB that stole my granddad's tractor." And they made him out to be some neat old man. Well, he's an eyesore in Newcastle. He just has junk. I mean, it's awful. Nobody likes him in Newcastle, but he was a celebrity and on this show, and nobody. Oh, he's awful. He just goes and robs these old people. Hey, hey, Heritage Farms. Thanks for stopping by, man. You guys are so awesome for coming in. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all so much. I was telling about when my little granddad's tractor got stolen. They what did I say? It was a 1940 something. It's the tractor that's in a lot of my videos. That they waited till mom and daddy went to church, and this old codger showed up, knocked on my grandmother's door, and asked her if they could pull off that old junky John Deere out of the field. And my grandmother, not knowing any better because she had a little bit of dementia going on, "Oh, I don't care." And he stole this antique tractor from my family. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all don't have any idea what you mean to me. I This has been such a whirlwind. It what made it awful is my dad went over there trying to get the tractor back, and he met him at the gate with a shotgun and basically said, "If you don't get off my property, I'm gonna call the sheriff's department." And there wasn't nothing legally we could do because my grandmother gave it to him. She didn't know any better, so it was just one of those things. I know it. Us Texas people, hey, I get so excited when we're all in a in one of the bigger chats or whatever, and all us Texas people show up, and I go to hooting and hollering and stuff, and my husband's over there, and he's like, "What are you carrying on about?" And I'm like, "Texas in the house tonight." You guys are honoring me so much by showing up, all of you. I've been so blown away. I mean, literally in one weekend, I was talking to Nathan on the live stream and I had 50 subs, and then I turned around and I had over 200. You remember that, Nathan? And you were like, be patient, it'll happen. And then boom, I had 200 subs. I know, and it's scary, and you got to keep what's crazy about it is you got to keep coming up with content because it's like, and Zach talked about this last night because you can get a bump, and I got a bump in a. What happened is I was encouraging somebody else in Roots and Refuge group, and they all went to my page. I didn't say anything. I didn't even say what my channel name was. They went to my personal page, saw what my channel was, and started subbing. Because I had encouraged somebody else that was having a hard time. And but like Zach said last night, you have to keep putting content out because if you don't put content out, people aren't going to stay. But even that can get challenging because you're like, okay, I've got to put a video out. What am I going to do today? Well, then I put a video out this week about my weight loss journey, and it's gotten 90 hits. And for me, that's huge. In like 24 hours, it's gotten over 90 hits. And that's a big hit for me, So I'm excited about that. Jess is amazing because I was freaking out because I was so scared that Jess was going to think that I was in there fishing for, because everybody's like, what's your channel name? And I'm like, no, 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 no. I do not have permission from the mods to try to promote I'm not trying to promote myself. That's not what I was just trying to encourage somebody, Yeah, Nathan. I mean, right. And that's what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to put out 2 or 3 videos a week. I'm trying to get in the groups and try to talk to people, and that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I wanted to do a live tonight, just trying to get you know, my time in. And thank you. And you guys are just amazing. And thank you for putting up with me. I hope sometimes that I've got an off the wall sense of humor, and I'm just a goofy Texas girl. And I hope y'all know that. Don't ever I'm kind of like Nathan. Don't ever take me seriously. I'm just a goofball. So, yeah, you don't thank you. I appreciate that. I hope y'all that comes through on my videos and stuff. I'm just a goof nut, and I love to have fun. My cat's an idiot, and if ever I go viral, it'll be because of that stupid cat. Because he's probably going to knock my camera off one of these days and just end up in an enchilada or something. I don't know. Thank you, Nathan. I love him. I'm I love the homesteading community. You guys have like I'm telling you, you're gonna make me cry. I'm gonna cry on this stupid live video. Thank you so much, Heritage Farm. I'm fixing to end this thing because I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but he's gonna be at a enchilada. I'm telling you, this crazy cat is insane. Thank you so much, Heritage Farm. You're awesome, man. So I will try to be God, it's a lot of I'm telling you. um I'm gonna try to maybe stick with Wednesday night at 6:30. I realize that other people do video or lives at this time. I've gathered that about you, Nathan. Me too. I'm the biggest goofball. I think that's why I like you. Hey, Roy! Boy, you barely made it, dude. I was just fixing to shut this down, man. Vineyard Church of Conroy. This is Roy. This is a buddy of mine, a co-worker. I see that, man. Hey, getting started. How you doing, Justin? We've been talking about my goofy cat and how this is going to make me go viral. And Roy can attest to, guys. Roy can tell you what a goofball I am. He has to work with me all the time. He knows me in real life. That's even scarier. Roy, have you seen my cup? Kendra gave me that cup. It says Boss Lady. This is only my third cup of coffee today. Well, besides the 3 I drank at the office today. Roy, some of the folks in here, Nathan from Sampson Farm, getting home, started all these guys are some of the people that I talk about all the time. Good folks. Thank you, Roy. They put up with me anyway. All right, I got 5 minutes left, guys. Anybody got anything else for me? Any words of wisdom? Nathan. Nathan, when I get back up to North Texas, I definitely want to raise some quail. That is on my list after the chickens. Never eat the yellow snow. No, don't eat the yellow snow. Watch the Simpsons. Now that's not true. That's not true. Speaking of the list, Roy, if you ever want to know anything about raising quail, check out Samson Farms, man. Yeah. Yep, just a little bit, huh? How many quail do you have, Nathan? I'm just curious. I know you raise them, but how many do you have? Keeping It Dutch is a good channel too. See you in the morning, Roy. Bright and early. Dang, dude. That is a lot of birds. Well, I will definitely be picking your brain. I'd like to get some guineas too. Of course, Zach was saying last night, chickens are the gateway drug. Wow. I know, right? Well, guys, I have made it to my first hour of live streaming. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Y'all have blessed me tremendously. I thank you so much. I don't know who else may be on tonight, but anybody know if Single Dad is going to try to stream later? Have anybody heard from Chris? I didn't know how this whole thing was affecting him with. Okay, cool. Now I'll get on Chris's stream later. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will try to do this then again next Wednesday, same time. I think this may be a good fit for me. So, all right. God bless. Y'all have a great night.